The observation deck of Station Tartarus 9 hummed with nervous energy as Dr. Celine Ward pressed her palm against the reinforced glass steel barrier. Beyond it, in a containment chamber built to withstand planetary bombardment, something moved in the shadows. "You're insane," Professor Thakal chittered, his 6 manipulator limbs trembling with what might have been excitement or fear. The Valurian academic had spent 3 decades studying apex predators from across the galaxy, but even he kept his distance from this particular specimen. "No one enters Korak's chamber. Not even me." Celine didn't look away from the darkness beyond the barrier. "Then why did you summon me across 12 parsecs, Professor?" Thakal's compound eyes flickered with bioluminescent patterns, embarrassment in his species' visual language. Because we've lost 4 handlers this cycle. The Galactic Council is threatening to terminate the entire program. You humans have a reputation for—" He paused, searching for diplomatic phrasing. "For surviving things that shouldn't be survived." A low rumble echoed through the chamber, vibrating through Celine's bones. She smiled. There it was. Korak. The creature that had single-handedly decimated a Kresh battle fleet when they'd tried to capture it from its homeworld. The beast that had been gifted to the professor as a research subject, only to prove utterly untamable. "Your reputation is overblown. Human." A voice rough as grinding stone and layered with harmonics that suggested multiple vocal cords emerged from the darkness. 13 species have sent their best to face me. 13 have failed. You will be the 14th failure, or perhaps the 14th meal. Celine raised an eyebrow. "You can speak Galactic Standard?" "I speak 17 languages," Korak replied, and now Celine could see movement, something massive uncoiling in the shadows. "I simply choose not to waste words on those unworthy of conversation. The professor thinks me a pet. A specimen. He is wrong on both counts. Then what are you?" 2 eyes opened in the darkness, vertical pupils surrounded by rings of bioluminescent gold. Then 4 more eyes. Then 8. Korak emerged from the shadows like a nightmare given form. A serpentine body plated with obsidian chitin, 6 limbs ending in claws that could shred duralloy, and a crest of crystalline spines that hummed with barely contained bioelectric energy. "I am Apex," Korak said simply. "I bow to no one." Professor Thakal's translator implant squealed as he frantically gestured at the control panel. "Dr. Ward, please step back. Korak has never spoken to anyone before. This behavior is highly irregular." "Professor," Celine said calmly, still maintaining eye contact with the creature. "Shut up." The silence that followed was deafening. No one spoke to a Valurian professor that way. No one. Except Celine had noticed something the professor hadn't. Korak's body language, the slight dip of its head crest, the way its claws had retracted fractionally, spoke of curiosity, not aggression. She'd seen the same pattern in Terran predators. The momentary pause before a tiger decided whether you were prey, competition, or something else entirely. "You're bored," Celine said to Korak. The creature's eyes narrowed. "Explain. This station, this cage. The handlers they send. Warriors and hunters looking to dominate you. But you don't want to be dominated. You want to be challenged." She stepped closer to the barrier, ignoring Thakal's alarmed chittering. "You want to meet something that won't just cower or attack. You want an equal." Korak was silent for a long moment. Then impossibly it laughed, a sound like tectonic plates grinding together. "Arrogant. You think yourself my equal, human?" "No," Celine said. "I think we're both smart enough to recognize that equal and enemy aren't the same thing." She pulled out a datapad and tossed it into the containment chamber's transfer airlock. "That contains unsolved mathematical theorems from a dead civilization we found on the galactic rim. Took our best AI 3 years to crack the first one. I solved it in 6 months." She met Korak's gaze steadily. "I'm told you're hyper-intelligent. Prove it. Solve the second theorem. If you can, we'll talk. If you can't," she shrugged, "then you're just another animal pretending to be Apex." The temperature in the observation deck dropped several degrees. Professor Thakal had backed against the far wall, his translator now emitting a continuous stream of panicked warnings. Korak's spines began to glow brighter, electricity arcing between them. For a heartbeat, Celine wondered if she'd miscalculated, if this creature would simply melt through the barrier and tear her apart for the insult. Then Korak moved, Faster than anything. That size should move, and the datapad vanished into the shadows. 30 seconds. Passed. 60. Thakal was mumbling prayers to Valurian. Deities, incorrect. Korak's voice emerged from the darkness. Your sixth variable assumption is flawed. The civilization wasn't dead, they transcended. The equation isn't mathematical, it's philosophical. The answer is not a number, but a question. What remains when everything that can be known is known? The datapad skittered back through the airlock. On its screen, an elegant proof sprawled across 3 pages written in a notation Selene had never seen but somehow understood instantly. Curiosity, Selene whispered, reading Korak's conclusion. The answer is curiosity. The human understands, Korak said, and now there was something new in its voice. Respect. You are not a handler, not a warrior. You are a seeker of knowledge, as am I. Selene turned to Professor Thakal, whose translator had finally gone silent. I'll take the position. But Korak isn't a pet, and this isn't a prison. It's a partnership. We study together, learn together, or I walk. Impossible. The containment protocols. Your protocols are why you're failing, Professor. Selene looked back at Korak. An apex predator doesn't bow because it's forced to. It chooses to walk beside those it deems worthy. In the shadows, Korak's eyes gleamed with what might have been approval. The human speaks truth. I have waited 17 cycles for someone to understand this simple fact. The massive creature moved closer to the barrier, and for the first time, fully revealed itself in the light. I will work with this one, Professor. But know this, she does not command me. We are colleagues. Professor Thakal's bioluminescent patterns flickered through a dozen emotions before settling on resigned acceptance. This is highly irregular. Welcome to working with humans, Selene said with a grin. She pressed her hand against the barrier once more, and on the other side, Korak mirrored the gesture with one massive claw. No one had ever tamed Korak. No one ever would. But then again, Selene Ward hadn't come to tame anything. She'd come to make a friend, and in that moment, as human and apex predator acknowledged each other as equals, the galaxy learned an important lesson. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't dominance, it was respect.